So much movement going on in the game. We are just trying to keep track of it. Help us, would you, JP Morosi, on the inside corner. Roster size has been an ongoing conversation this season. Has the league decided on something as of yet? What do you know, JP?
Well, good morning, Lauren. We are getting close to a decision on that. Of course, we began the year with 30-man rosters. Tomorrow is the deadline to reduce those rosters to 28 players, and it appears right now, according to reports, that that's where they will stay for the balance of the year. Now, we still have to get approval from ownership, broadly speaking, to make sure that they're on board with this idea. But as Ron Darling was speaking about a little while ago, the combination of injuries, now the doubleheaders coming up, it does appear that for many clubs, a 28-man roster is optimal to really ease the burden on the pitching side of things, especially with respect to the bullpen. So again, the union and MLB close to an agreement on this to have 28-man rosters for the balance of the year, pending ownership approval. We could get some clarity on this, Lauren, either today or tomorrow.
Nice. Keep us posted as you hear more. Fluid situation. That's the trend this year, right? It has to be. We are loving David Ross on the north side of Chicago. D-Rose said it earlier. He's the perfect manager for Wilson Contreras. What about for the rotation and the bullpen, JP?
Well, Lauren, right now the bullpen has been the key question for the Cubs. They're in first place in the NL Central, but there have been some concerns about Craig Kimbrell in the ninth inning. And David Ross, I think, has done a very good job of managing the uncertainty there. You see how the bullpen lines up right and left. You've seen three different pitchers record saves for the Cubs already this season. Kimbrell is not one of them. Rowan Wick has 2 saves, Jeremy Jeffress with 1, and then Kyle Ryan, the lefty, with 1 as well. I think we'll probably see the Cubs for now, Lauren, manage things the way David Ross did last night. Kimbrell came in, he struggled, he faced only 3 hitters, got him out of the game, and still found a way to secure the victory. So I think you'll probably see Kimbrell still getting some opportunities late in games, but David Ross, I think, really striking the nice balance between trusting Kimbrell to try to work through the control issues without letting it get to the point where it's costing the Cubs ball games right now. So certainly a very strong start so far for David Ross. Communication has been excellent, as we knew it was going to be for him, and I really think the bullpen right now a testament to his success early on as a manager.
I'm listening to you talking about bullpen, and I'm thinking in Houston about Roberto Osuna. We heard Dusty Baker say it might not be good. What do you know? Could he have thrown his last pitch this season?
Very possible, Lauren. And Mark Berman of Fox in Houston has reported that Ozuna is likely to have Tommy John surgery. Now, the club has not confirmed this. Dusty Baker's comments yesterday on the radio in Houston were similarly pessimistic, but again, we don't have official word on this for the Houston Astros. Again, Dusty's comments to AM 790 radio in Houston. I think the key question here now, Lauren, is if not Ozuna, and certainly it seems very likely that he's not going to be able to pitch for a while, then who is the closer? And they've had some pretty encouraging outings. Blake Taylor, a young lefty, you see it there. He has been phenomenal for them in the early going. Cy Snead as well. Ryan Presley has been an all-star in the past, but just 1 appearance so far this season. Chris Davinsky on the IL right now as well. When you consider some of the changes that they've had in the bullpen in recent years, of course, Will Harris leaving as a free agent, the depth of closing experience simply isn't there. So it may be trusting a young pitcher like Taylor or Snead. There's a lot of youth right now in the Houston bullpen and a very big departure from recent years, and it's coming at a time when they may be without their closer for the balance of the season.
Isn't it interesting? We're talking pitching concerns, and Colorado isn't in that conversation. If you look at the splits, 2019 to 2020, small sample size, I get it, but it's different, JP. Why?
Very different, Lauren, and I think you've got to credit Bud Black and the staff there in Colorado and the pitchers themselves for having a much better start to the year. Check this out. Freeland and Senzatella, ERAs above 6 last year, and now down under 3 for both of them. Freeland is under 2. Of course, Freeland struggled so much early on last season, was down in the minor leagues. It's a very different story right now for Colorado. They lead the National League West even ahead of the Dodgers. So when you consider where they are right now, Lauren, and how they got to the playoffs in 28, it was due in large part to this very young rotation. Freeland emerged that year, so did Marquez. Now they're pitching much more like they did back in that season in 2018 than what we saw last year. So it's remarkable. We could say it's early, but the end of the season this year is early as well, Lauren. So I think that there's no such thing as a small sample size to the good here in 2020.
Hosting the Giants with Gray on the mound. Can't wait for it. JP Morosi, appreciate you.